trying to figure out what to do with them. Previously I've just been throwing them in the trash, but now that I'm running a lot more, I want to be able to do something that's a little bit better than just throwing them in the trash.
You want to hold the camera?
In the bathroom again. This time I do have the big camera. I've got the A6300 big camera. It's not a big camera, it's a mirrorless, so it's pretty small, but to distinguish it from the GoPro or the iPhone, big camera. Today what I want to talk about is these. What am I supposed to do with all these? So I've been running lately a lot on the Zoom Pegasus 33 black. I love these shoes. I've only got about 215, 220 miles on these. They're starting to wear a little bit on the bottom, and I've been noticing a pain in my right foot, like in the heel area. I think that's because of the way I stride. My heel hits kind of like this a little bit if I'm running slower. When I'm running faster, I'm mostly forefoot, which is where most of the wear is on this shoe. But I think when I'm trying to run slower speeds, or when I'm fatigued, I'll do a little bit more of a heel strike, either that or the impact is getting sent back into the heel. And so I'm feeling a little bit of that tenderness right now. It seems a little bit early. Usually I get about another 20 or 30 miles out of these Pegasus shoes, but I'm going to listen to my body and I'm going to switch up, because I do already have the Zoom Pegasus 34s that I ran the Chicago Marathon in. Those have about 95 miles on it, or maybe 90 miles on them, so I've got plenty of mileage left on that. And then after that, I already bought another pair of the 34 Pegasus Shield. But that means I still have 3 other pairs of shoes that I've worn through. This pair is the Nike Zoom Pegasus 34. I have 245 miles on these. These are my old Zoom Pegasus 33 shields. I looked for them the other day when I made the 34 shield video. I couldn't find them. Here they are. It's a beautiful shoe. I think this is the best looking Zoom shoe that they've ever made, by the way. I'm very partial to black on gray, and I like the gray kind of like outsole, or not outsole, like the cushion material on the bottom. That being said, usually after I have the shoes, I'll usually take the oldest shoe and use that to walk around in. And so that's what I've been doing with this guy. And now that I think I'm going to retire this guy, I don't know what to do with this. And I definitely don't know what to do with this, because I have another pair of Shield shoes. And these also, I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can focus in on that. It's very worn down. All these shoes, like right in the forefoot where I'm striking, it's basically like these pentagonal nubs. See, there's still some tread left on this shoe, but mostly the pentagonal nubs are all worn down. There's still some left on this one. But I'm starting to feel pain in my foot, and so I think that usually means it's time for them to go. And I know that like looking at the tread on the shoe isn't the only way you tell if a shoe is old. So now that I'm going to retire some more shoes, I was trying to figure out what to do with them. Previously I've just been throwing them in the trash, but now that I'm running a lot more, and I'm planning to continue running a lot more even in the fall and winter months, I want to be able to do something that's a little bit better than just throwing them in the trash. So I looked up if there's like a Nike shoe recycling program, and there is, because I vaguely remember that from like my cross-country days in high school, that Nike will take old shoes, like grind them up, do something to them, and turn it into like the top layer of running tracks, or use it as underlayers in basketball courts, or as cushioning layers in playgrounds, things like that. So I looked to see if the Nike store that's very near me accepts shoes. Well, number one, I had to see if the program still exists. It does. And number two, I had to check to see if the Nike store around me will accept those shoes. It won't. The closest Nike store that accepts used shoes is 13 miles away. And that's really far for me to get to because I don't have a car. And it's a little bit too far for me to run. I mean, I could run there, but then running back, that'd be running more than a marathon. And not really something I can just go out and do, especially if I'm going to be carrying 3 pairs of shoes with me when I go do it. So maybe that's something that I'll take a bike out and go do. But the question that I want to ask you guys is, what do you guys do with your old shoes? And how many miles are you getting out of your shoes? I've only been getting like 250 or so out of each pair of Zoom Pegasus. Sometimes I can push it a little bit further, but it seems like it's really a really small number. When I look online, everyone's talking about getting like 300 and 400 miles. I'm never getting anywhere near that. I'm wearing the treads out on the bottom, and my body is telling me that the shoes need to be replaced. So I don't know if I'm replacing them too frequently or what, so I just wanted to get kind of your take on it, and see kind of what everyone's averaging out at, even if just anecdotally. But hopefully I'll be able to get over to that Nike store on the south side and see if that drop-off exists, and if I can recycle some of these